What is going on with Odell Beckham Jr. and the Browns?
Yeah, we call that the OBS? Odell Beckham Sr., because he's the one that put that out there a couple of days ago. And, now yesterday, all of a sudden, Beckham excused for personal reasons. And head coach Kevin Stefanski, as Mike Silver, veteran NFL reporter, reported, told the team he's not with the team right now and perhaps for the future. And Stefanski telling the media that general manager Andrew Berry has been in communication with Beckham's agent. Now, what would they be talking about? In part, money, because Beckham's owed $8 million the rest of the season. So it sounds like there's going to be a clean break at some point. The question is, how messy is that clean break? And that's what the Browns and Beckham and his agent are working through right now. But it seems as if Beckham has played his last game with the Browns and will be free to sign with another team at some point this season. Now, for the Browns to ask for money back, the only thing that they could then do is say, hey, we've got you for potentially conduct detrimental to the team, suspend you, take away your money for that. Now, that wouldn't be based on what Odell Beckham Sr. has done. That would be based on what Odell Beckham Jr. has done. So there is certainly more to this story as to what's happening in Cleveland that perhaps we'll find out in the coming days and weeks here.
It's just a huge bummer. This team has so much potential. I don't think they realize that full potential or get really far if they don't have the passing game working. So I hope they can just get in a room and hash it all out. Careful. We'll see you here at the breakfast table tomorrow for Jets Colts highlights at 7 a.m. Eastern. Thank you so much. Kyle, how should they handle, the Browns I'm talking about, how should they handle the situation with Odell? Because I don't even know if you agree with what I say, but it is a bummer.
It's a total bummer. The entire Odell experience has been a bummer because he's a rock star and we should be celebrating him. But the Browns should be getting him away from the team as quickly as possible and not allow him back. And you know why? Odell doesn't want to be part of the Browns. It's not like they're doing it against his will, and here's how I know. So all the stuff that's been going on this week, on the day of the trade deadline, I think this entire thing was produced and masterminded by Odell. His father releases a video that morning of, here's my son not getting the ball. On the day of the trade deadline, middle of the day, LeBron, out of nowhere, tweets, free OBJ, okay, and everything. 10 minutes later, not related to that tweet in any way, Mets pitcher Marcus Stroman. Why doesn't this confuses me deep? This is on a Tuesday. This is not the day after the game. It's not a Sunday. I think Odell reached out to people he knows, people he's friends with, and said, like, make some noise right here. Because I don't think he wants to be there. You know how I know? He has not come out and said, my father does not speak for me. I have Baker's back. This is my own opinion. He's just riding it. Crickets. He doesn't want to be there either. He doesn't like it. He's not happy. They're not happy. Goodbye. See you later. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over. It has to be.
I don't think it's an Odell Beckham thing. I think it's any receiver calls out the quarterback like that, and then, the way it all went down, and it's over. And it's a shame. Like, I look at this with, disappointment because Odell was part of, the Browns being exciting again.
Yeah.
He was a big part of it.
That day he became a Brown was a huge day on our show.
Great point.
I was going to mention that because it was a weeknight, and Mike Garafolo broke the news. And he's going to be on tomorrow, and he's our guy. But I remember Sean O'Hara and Joe Thomas were in Total Access in L.A., and it was a Brown and a Giant.
So great.
And it was like, turn on NFL Network. It was like a big moment for the network. It was breaking news. We owned the story. And it was like, Odell is going to the Browns?
Yeah.
Like this franchise that never gets nice things. And here we are 4 years later, and it's like, was Odell even on the Browns? It stinks.
Did it happen?
It feels like there's been no big moments. He's been injured a lot. And it's just a shame because when that trade was made, there might have been no cooler story for the city of Cleveland since LeBron coming back to Cleveland. So I don't know. I say this with disappointment, and how should they handle it? You gotta just, say goodbye, release him, and then let's move on. But what a shame how the Odell Browns experience wraps up like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think you absolutely have to part ways with him. And it's for the simple fact that he's not helping your football team win games. At this point, is a distraction. And if the Cleveland Browns want to do anything with the rest of this football season, they can't have that distraction lingering the whole time. I mean, to me, Odell Beckham is still an elite receiver, but it's something funny about receivers. The majority of them, they do want the football. They're vocal about wanting the football. They want to feel like they've impacted the game. And so I played like that defensively. If I didn't make a play, I almost felt like I wasn't a part of the game. And so I can almost sympathize with the guy who's an elite receiver wanting the football. But this offense doesn't run like that. And so the two need to just understand that, hey, we aren't meant to be together and just split up. And for Cleveland, you can't sit here and say, I want him to go to this place or that place and then get mad when he's somewhere that helps that team win games. You don't want him, you can't use him, Get him out your building.
Yeah, there's a lot like passive aggressiveness going on both sides. Like, let's just get it over with, roof the Band-Aid, I guess. Mike Garofalo reporting, he was just on our show, that Odell Beckham Jr. has been excused, guys, from practice. Again today,
Again?
source says. We'll see where this goes.
He'll never put on. I mean, I don't say so. I don't see him stepping on a field for the Browns again for this.
Right. Not after this.
I don't look at this as this funeral for the Browns. They have a lot of nice things.
Well, that's the
team.
problem. It's
you know, like they got a great squad here. This was not make or break.
You
player
think
for them.
they're making a run at anything without a passing game?
I don't think Odell has anything to do with it.
Okay.
Of course not. The answer is no. Just give me Jarvis and give me my tight ends, give me Peoples-Jones, give me guys who are going to be there and not into all this BS. Like, they have very good players on this team. This is not their star player, and they're not allowed to have nice things. They have a ton of nice things.
Deshaun
should have been
Jackson,
their star
Odell
player.
Beckham, like the receivers want the ball, and they can be dismissed if they're not on board with the rest of the team.
He's an electrifying player that can still make plays that for some reason they weren't involving in this offense. To me, that's concerning. Even if you're a run-based offense, regardless, you find a way to get your playmakers the football. They just didn't seem like it was a necessity for them or something they wanted to do.
But that's not like
which
self-actualizing as a team.
It's hand-scratching.
Like, to me, it's like the only way you're going to reach your full potential is with Odell Beckham Jr., the talent
That's
that he
how I
has,
feel.
that you're saying he has. So it's a bummer they didn't involve
I love
him
Jarvis
more.
Landry, but Jarvis Landry is not the explosive playmaker Odell Beckham is.
But we
He's a
haven't seen
possession
Odell
receiver.
be that guy, is what he's saying.
Look, they destroyed Pittsburgh. They were there with the Chiefs. I didn't see Odell doing squat. He wasn't out there. I mean,
Yeah.
they can win with this team without Odell.
4-4.
And I don't know if he's an elite receiver, D'Angelo. I know we got a break here, but like, are we
He
saying
is.
that just because we used to 3 years ago?
No, we're
Based on
saying
what?
that because any DB who goes out there and tries to cover
Yeah.
him one-on-one can't get out of breaks as quick as him.
And he'll be picked up quickly.
Now-
And then there'll be a line of teams.
Yeah.
They might not want to deal with the other stuff. You know,
But on the field.
Did you ever get
can't
LeBron
forget
to tweet
that.
for you or no?
No, I never had LeBron to tweet for me.
Allegedly.